All right. Welcome, Facebook Live. This will be our last Facebook Live in this little setup and situation here.
Yeah, we're going to rearrange some things, buy some nicer chairs. Some people don't think the flower chairs are cool
We're
enough.
doing a huge, big fucking remodel, and we're getting new cameras. This little wacky shit that you see right now, that's going to end. We're going to get studio lighting. I got big plans. Mark's trying to hold me to the earth.
Yeah, we're going to try to build a table on Friday. You'll see how that goes on our next live stream.
Yep.
Yeah.
Whether or not we're talking at a table or not.
But let's just not tell Facebook Live. Let's tell everybody. Should we get started?
Sure.
All right. Welcome back, Universe, to Tom and Mark Off the Rails, episode 30, our first ever 30th episode.
Coming to you live on Facebook here at Highland Tower Studios in Cedarburg, Wisconsin.
And today it's just going to be the three of us. We do not have a guest because, as we told our Facebook Live fans earlier, we are doing some big changes around here. What are we doing, Mark?
Well, Tom wants to fancy up the space. Apparently my attic loft isn't cool enough, so we're going to get some cooler chairs. We were just saying Tom and I are going to, on Friday, go do some shopping.
Yep.
We're going to see if we can buy some sweet chairs, and we're going to try and build a table. Because if it can be done on Pinterest, clearly we could do it.
Definitely.
I like the flower chairs.
Well,
Well,
those are gone.
They're going into my
That
bedroom.
couch, gone. This table, gone. Your thing, gone.
Well,
that thing, gone.
it'll all be in my
Hogan,
house.
sorry, we're going to keep one Hogan bobblehead. Everything else, gone. We're going to let Susan, who's an artist, come in here, tell us what to do. We're going to paint. We're going to make it
Just
industrial.
let them live in suspense.
They can still live in suspense if I tell them.
But what about the Fly Girls? I spoiled it.
Oh, man.
Molly's going to be our new Fly Girl.
She's got the booty for it.
Yeah.
She's going to be shaking that big old booty around. So, with that being said, Universe, you guys might want to go to our Patreon page and help us out because this is all coming out of my pocket here. Uncle Tom's footing the bill, and I don't have any money. I'm doing some roofing jobs, and all the money I'm making roofing, every nail I pound, is coming back into this studio because we love you here. And if figuring out Patreon is a pain in the ass, just go to our website and donate.
And as much as I love you, Universe, I'm more of a let you sleep on my couch kind of guy than give you money kind of guy.
Yeah.
So we're going to keep recording here in my attic for a while.
Yep.
We are actually starting to talk about expanding into a professional studio space, but one step at a time. Let's not get ahead of ourselves.
Mark is more of the labor force. He's going to be working. We're doing it in his house. But yes, we are eventually. We're starting to get bigger clients. Actually, getting clients. That's one thing. We're getting sponsors. They're going to come up here, and we don't want to show them. That
We want to be nice.
We want them
Wanna
to be
look nice.
impressed when they come up here. So the next time you see us, hopefully this little Facebook Live, herky-jerky, you got to remember, Universe, we started 7 months ago in a small 10 by 10 bedroom with a laptop and 2 non-matching microphones. And now we're already talking about moving into a studio. So thank you so much for all the support. This thing's starting to take off. And you know what? If it's starting to get bigger, we got to get bigger too. So we're going to hold up our end.
Speaking of that old apartment, I hear a certain someone might be making an appearance in the near future.
You're spoiling it.
Oh,
okay,
man.
So here's the plan, Universe. Next week, we're not going to do a Facebook Live. We're going to be working on this son of a bitch up here. But don't worry, because we are going to release. We have a episode in the can. Is that what you like to call
Sure,
it?
we can call it that, yeah.
We got an episode in the can. You're still going to get some new Tom and Mark. You're just not going to get us live. We're going to be working on this. And the following week, the original co-host, when it was Tom and Alex Off the Rails, Alex Zweck, is going to make his debut return. And we're going to roll out the red carpet for him and let him be the first person to pop the new studio's cherry. Still going to be Highland Tower. We're just giving it a makeover.
So new live music.
Alex will probably bring his guitar and jam out if you guys want to listen to that. And I
Awesome.
guess today we're just going to go over a little bit of a Cinco de Mayo special, kinda. This is like a transition period Cinco de Mayo how else should we put it? Today we kind of got to hang out as friends for the first time since this started.
Yeah, the other day Tom was like, Mark, we never get to just hang out anymore. And I'm like, well, it's because you're here every week talking to strangers.
I see him more than ever.
So I had been since day one, when Tom asked me to come on the podcast, I said, well, let's try reviewing things. We tried the movies. It worked out well. So I thought, let's run with that, and let's try reviewing a board game, because we play a lot of board games.
Yep.
So we already played Dead of Winter this afternoon. We'd played it before.
Yep.
You guys played it once before.
Yes.
Yeah, we killed it.
Yeah, so we played it again this
Spoiler,
afternoon.
Molly, shut up.
And we're going to talk about our experience playing the game, how fun it was, and stuff like that.
That'll be our interview.
Yes, we're going to interview Hulk Hogan and Dead of Winter, as you can see on Facebook Live.
Yes.
It's a stuffed animal of Hulk Hogan
It
holding
is
my box.
a wrestling buddy.
Wrestling buddy.
I found that when Toyworks was going out of business. It was just laying abandoned in the middle of the aisle. And I was like, how much is this? And the lady's like, $1. And I was like, fuck you. I demand to pay more. I demand to pay more for Hulk Hogan. I'm not giving you $1 for him. So I gave him $5.
You were insulted.
I was insulted. They were going to charge $1. This isn't like, this isn't like the Rooster. This is...
It's so weird
Berserker
seeing
or
Tom
something.
make love to the camera like this.
I know. I've
Normally
never
he's
faced
looking
this
at
way.
me, and now suddenly
After that movie, if you watch our movie, it looks
You
like the
just
thing
don't-
that's going to come up and shoot a lightning bolt at me and kill me.
You just don't want them to see your bald spot.
Yeah. So now, we're going to fix the camera so my bald spot is gone. It's gone. My hair grew back. Don't worry.
Yeah, we've talked to some professionals, and we're going to try a different layout here.
Yep.
So that we will all have our faces to the camera.
Camera
Molly
will be
might
lower.
no longer be on camera, but
That's okay.
she's our producer. She's running the machines.
No one wants to see me anyway.
Yeah, that might not be the best move. The best looking one on the podcast, we're going to get off screen.
Molly, without you, this is
Get
just a sausage fest.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. Take the prettiest girl on your podcast and just get her off camera. Good idea. Who's helping us?
Gonna be a big star.
Yeah. So, what should we do? Should we get on with some best things you can do for Cinco de Mayo in
Before,
Milwaukee?
best things to do for Cinco de Mayo.
Oh, we got best drink ever of the week.
Yeah. Cinco de Mayo, this is an easy one. We decided to make margaritas from scratch. So I looked up a couple of different recipes, and I decided to go with a more traditional one, which was 7 parts tequila, 3 parts Cointreau, which is that orange liqueur we've been using a lot of lately, and 3 parts lime juice. I juiced a lot of limes today, and I still cheated and used some bottled lime juice
Did
to
you
top it off.
break the limes up first?
No, but I did. I
gotta
sent
do
them
that.
through the
You gotta
ringer
break
3 times. So those suckers are dry as a bone.
Before you cut the lime, you got to crush it and roll it all over the cabinet to break up the cell walls, the plant cell walls, and it lets more juice out.
I wish you were here at 12:30.
You could have gave me 3 lines, and I would have gave you 4 gallons of lime juice.
So I made
my strategy.
I made a whole pitcher of margaritas, thinking, that Cinco de Mayo, you go to the Mexican restaurant, you get a pitcher of margaritas. That's just how it's done. No one has just one margarita.
No.
So I do really like this recipe. It's dry. It's not very sweet. But the downside is it is very strong.
Very strong.
This is my second margarita. I had my first one like 4 hours ago, and I'm still feeling the party.
Yep. I
So-
drug him up the stairs by his arms.
I already had my second one.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
guess I'm just
Well,
a
when we
cheap
were at
date.
the restaurant with Mark and Susan, they tend to pound pitchers of margaritas.
You can go to a Mexican restaurant and not get a pitcher.
Yeah, but Molly and I are sipping our first one, and you guys are fucking tapping the bottom of the pitcher. Like,
Yeah.
Hey, where's
Well,
the next
just
one?
just the
Later.
2 of us drink a pitcher. There were 4 people. That's like a whole pitcher right there.
Yeah.
So, you know what? If you get a pitcher every time, the staff's going to start to recognize you, and that pitcher will be waiting for you when you get seated.
We have someone commenting on Facebook hitting on our guest already.
What?
Our first inanimate guest.
Oh, boy.
Hollywood over here.
How's he getting more hit on than me?
I don't know.
Son of a bitch. All right.
All right, so let's, on the note of fun margaritas, what do you got over there?
All right. Would you guys like to... I got 2 different... one's on Milwaukee Magazine, and which I've been told now that we're starting to make money, I have to cite my sources, and one's on Milwaukee.com.
It's more professional.
Actually, let's just do the restaurants and get this over with, hey?
Yeah.
There's 5 delicious restaurants. Our favorite restaurant
It used to be
closed
6.
down that we used to go to. If you're on Facebook Live, tell us your favorite Mexican restaurant to go to with authentic, because we used to go to this place in the falls called Taco City.
Yeah.
Dumbest name for an authentic Mexican restaurant, because that just sounds, you know.
It
Gringo.
sounded awful.
Yeah, it sounds gringo. But you know it's good when like a little Mexican old lady comes out and hands you your food, and you're like, oh, this is going to be good.
You know what would make that better?
What?
If she had a pitcher.
Pitcher of margarita? You could get beer there.
They had Mexican beer. You could
Cerveza.
buy with yeah.
Yeah. But you know when like a 16-year-old kid comes out and hands you your chimichanga, you're like, this is going to be
Well,
garbage.
when you get the burrito and it's like the size of the fucking, it was like this big. It was huge.
That big, eh?
I've had burritos bigger than that.
Yeah.
My favorite Mexican
Okay.
restaurant. It is now closed. They just closed, like around December. La Fuente. They still have another one on Blue Mound.
Okay.
But the best Mexican restaurant in Milwaukee used to be La Fuente on 5th Avenue over by National. But
Was that the one with the chili?
no, that's La Perla.
Oh.
This is a block away from them. I heard they're still open for like private events and catering and stuff, but they're closing as a restaurant. But it infuriates me because, like, whenever I would go down to Chicago for all my Chicago needs, coming back, we would always stop at La Fuente's. I was there 4 or 5 times a year. They had the best enchilada sauce.
Maybe if you were there 10, 12 times a year, they'd still be
It's
open.
on the south side. I live in the north side.
All right.
That's quite a bit out of my way, but that was the only place I would go to, and it still is.
Okay.
Other
Well,
than
now
my
it's gone.
local Lobos here in Grafton, which is my next favorite place.
All right. Well, let's play a game called White People Try to Pronounce Mexican Names.
Ooh.
All right. According to this, the number one...
El Pastor.
Al Pastor. Al Pastor. Al Pastor. I knew a guy, Al Pastor. He's a good guy.
Yeah, he was good at, he was my guy at
One
church.
kid was a prick, but, you know. Al Pastor. Okay. Owned by Guadelia Kelva and her husband, Ricardo Morales. Okay. Opened last summer to rave reviews. Go for Alhambra. This is, you guys, if you... Whoa! Fuck, man! Where the hell did you come from?
I was whispering sweet nothings in the Tom's
Holy
ear just
shit,
now.
I just got a big bald beer gun.
I was looking over his shoulder at his computer.
Don't your glasses work from over there? What the fuck?
I can only read the big type.
Oh, okay. Man,
So,
I just
yeah.
lost more hair.
So, Universe, I took 1 year of Spanish, so I can't pronounce any of this stuff. I took 3 years of German, so let's talk about German food for once.
What? No, it's Cinco de Mayo.
We'll do that in September for Oktoberfest.
Okay, there you go. So go for where the fuck are you? I'm keeping my arm out now. What the fuck? Slices of steak, bacon. Whoa! What the... Now you got me all jumpy. Look at that. I got fucking goosebumps here
Mark
on my
just
sunburn.
flew on Top's fingers.
Do it again.
When you least expect it.
All right. You can get all this shit. Well, pork chop chorizo combined with vegetables and pineapple covered in melted cheese for $10.50. You also find homemade horchata. Is it horchata or horchata?
I'm going to say horchata.
Is the H always silent?
I don't know. I love
Okay.
a good Mexican restaurant that has pork. Not a lot of places have. A lot of them will just have chicken or beef, and that's
Pollo.
gringo food.
Yeah. Okay. El Comedor, 1039 West National Avenue. Can't go wrong with mole con pollo, served with soup and house-made tortillas, $9.50.
Mole is easily one of my favorite sauces. It actually has
Is it
chocolate
like a
in
chocolate?
it.
Yeah.
There's a little bit of chocolate in there, but it's not sweet. It's very savory, and usually has a nice bit of a kick to it as well.
Okay. Chef Tai Chow recommends the
Does
special...
not sound Mexican.
That does not.
Hello, I'm a chef at Tai Chow. Welcome to El Commodore.
Oh, man, I can't do it. I'm going to... Oh, lengua, tongue. Orches with lengua, tongue. Mexican tongue.
Like cow tongue?
You know like a tongue?
I would try it if it's a delicacy. Yeah, sure.
I'd eat tongue.
When it comes to food, I will try just about anything if I see the locals eating it. Because every now and then someone's going to like fuck with you. Like if you're in Paris, the Parisians might trick you into eating some garbage food and laugh at you. But if a guy takes a big bite out of it and says, "Oh, this cow testicle's delicious,"
Yeah.
I think I'd try it.
Okay. Molly's got a cow tongue rotting in her bedroom right now. El Canaveral, 2501 West Greenfield. Owner is Zeffirino Figueroa. I'm only doing this so you guys enjoy, like, hearing a white guy try to...
Sounds Italian.
Yeah.
Okay. Hails from Luvianos, Mexico, just southwest of Mexico City. Don't miss the house quesadillas made from filled masa dough that's either grilled or fried. Fry it, bitch. Let's go. Filling options include squash blossoms. Oh boy, this one's gonna be rough. Okay, you can come over and help.
He's giving you
Huilache.
permission to come over this time.
I have never seen that word before.
What? How would you pronounce that one?
Huilache?
Huilache or poblano peppers? I got that down.
I know
What- no.
poblano.
Owner Molly Snyder recommends
Molcate?
Molcat de Carne.
Molcate de carnes.
Yes. A collection of grilled meats, including beef ribs, pork chops, chorizo, marinated beef. Is that all in there, and chicken breast? With bacon and jalapeno? Grilled
Bacon?
Naples?
With all due respect, sir, what are we doing here?
What?
I think it's Naples.
Let's get in the car, get over to 2501 West Greenfield Avenue.
Yeah, fuck this. See you, Facebook Live. We'll keep it running. Hulk Hogan's got the rest of the...
It's good.
Okay. Guadalajara. I got that. I've heard that name before.
My mother loves Guadalajara.
Okay. 901 South 10th Street. Named for Genoveva and Felipe. Oh, time out. While it's in my head, because I'm losing my short-term memory with my hair, don't forget to bet the Kentucky Derby next Saturday. Boom, boom. The guy that... I had a horse that was supposed to be in it, but he got scratched because he's sick. Horse named Gronk.
What?
I thought horses had to have 2-word names.
No.
No?
Oh, okay.
What
I
is
thought I
your
heard
dad-
somewhere that all the horse names were taken, so now all horses had to have like 2-word names. So they have to be like
'Cause they
Mr.
can't be the-
Gronk,
Three.
I don't know. His dad used to bet on the horse named Mo because
Uncle Mo.
Uncle Mo. 2
Uncle
words.
Mo won the Kentucky Derby. All right. Anyway, Guadalajara. Sorry, didn't mean to jip you there. Opened in 1987. Longtime staple, offers up delicious menu, including the can't miss Pozole Verde, which is flavorful and bright. It's $8 if you love the heat and
Hey.
arbol chiles. Don't miss the bistec and chile de arbol. I'm the whitest German you know, and I'm trying to do my best to be respectful. Okay, featuring steak served up in a spicy, flavorful sauce. I can read those words. The house-made flan.
Oh, I love flan.
Is that Mexican?
It's a custard. I think it might actually be Spanish, but it's
Same thing.
it's delicious. Well, that's
Same fucking
that's
thing.
the difference between Germany or England and America.
Yeah. Okay, Guanajuato. 2301 South Howell Avenue.
That's a new one for me.
Guanajuato. It's been a staple in Milwaukee for years, thanks
Hey.
to the delicious dishes served up by owners Carolina and Julio Lopez. You can't go wrong with any number of dishes, including carne asada, featuring cooked-to-order skirt steak and grilled onions. That's just a fancy way of saying cheap-ass steak. The tacos El Pastor. Oh, they're copying El Pastor. El Pastor's back.
Hey guys, it's me, Al Pastor.
Hey, Al Pastor, what are you doing over
You guys
there?
want some tacos?
Over
You guys
there,
should
hey.
brush your hair in the morning. You look like crap. Happen to be a favorite of Bray's restaurant chef Dave Swanson. Boom. So there's some good restaurants. Here's what you got to do, guys, for Cinco de Mayo. I thought it was on a Thursday, but I'm so good with the calendar. It's actually on a Saturday. Just call up a Mexican place and see what's going on. What the hell?
Or better yet, go there Sunday. It'll be a lot less busy. That's what I'm going to do.
Yeah. All right. So we're not going to save that. Okay. Let's just do. Why don't we get on with some facts? Everybody loves facts.
All right.
Facts is a staple of the show.
Molly, what do you know about... Is this Cinco de Mayo facts?
Cinco de Mayo facts.
Molly, what do you know about Cinco de Mayo?
It's the 5th of May.
Very good.
All right.
Anything else?
The only thing I know is that it is an anniversary of a battle between the Mexicans and the French. I have no idea when. I'm not sure who won. I'm going to guess the Mexicans won.
Okay.
And the Mexicans don't celebrate it that much. It's an American. That's all I know.
I will tell you everything. This is from tastemade.com, so don't sue me, fuckers. Okay. That's pretty much what Susan was scolding me about downstairs. You're gonna get fucking sued, man. They're gonna take like half your Hulk Hogan shit. I'm like, yeah, okay. That's about all I got.
They can have it.
All the money I have is going back into building this studio into something.
They can't
amazing.
have half of my attic.
I can't have half of. You only gave me half your attic.
They can
That
have
means
half
they
my
would get
mortgage.
quarter of your attic. Okay, Cinco de Mayo is not Mexican Independence Day. Nope. It is not. Contrary to what some might think, the Mexican Independence Day is actually September 16th, not May 5th. The 16th is remembered as the day the Mexican War for Independence began against the Spanish government in 1810. For this reason, Cinco de Mayo is not nearly as popular a holiday in Mexico as El Grito de la Independencia, is in September.
Right around the time of Oktoberfest. That's perfect.
All right. The holiday celebrates a much smaller military victory. So they did win.
Sweet.
And a much more obscure one. May 5th is the anniversary of the Battle of Pueblo in 1862. In case you were wondering, file that, Mark. During which the guerrilla troops of General Ignacio Seguin Zaragoza... I thought I did pretty good on that one. What do you think? B minus?
Maybe.
Okay. Fought off Napoleon's troops during the Franco-Mexican War.
I'll suck it, Napoleon.
Suck it
You
again.
know who would love to hear that is Adrian.
Yeah? He hates Napoleon?
Brits hate Napoleon.
Really?
Yes. Well, I don't know if British people are stereotypically, they don't like the French. They make fun of the French in the same way we might make fun of people from Illinois.
Or the French.
Or the French. Or the French.
Yeah. Yeah, we had Adrian, what's his name?
Spinks.
Adrian Spinks on last night.
Last night?
Last night.
Last week.
I had him on last night.
He's in Houston, sir.
No, he wasn't.
He gets around.
He told you he was
He had
in
to catch a
Houston.
plane.
I
He
know
left
where
here
was.
early.
That's what he tells you. Okay, the battle for...
That's
Okay.
where you were last night.
Yeah, I was a little busy. Okay. The popularity of Cinco de Mayo in America was a political move. Uh-oh, we're talking politics here.
Finger on buzzers.
I got it right here. Okay, FDR enacted something called the Good Neighbor Policy, which was meant to improve relations with Latin American countries and communities.
We could use that nowadays.
Yeah, it was under this policy that Cinco de Mayo began to pick up steam in the 1950s and 60s, eventually becoming a national holiday. Drinking incessantly to improve international relations? Rock on.
Everybody
FDR.
wins.
Everybody wins.
We go, we have a great time, and the lovely Mexican people at the restaurant make a lot of money.
Good job. All right. Way to go, buddy.
I'm helping.
Canada celebrates Cinco de Mayo in a unique way. I have not read this. How do you think Canada celebrates Cinco de Mayo?
2 words. Maple syrup.
Molly, I was
I've been to Canada. They put that shit on everything.
What? Okay, here's a sign that says skydivers wanted.
What?
Okay. Because of its commercial success, other countries like Malta, Australia, and the Cayman Islands, and Canada celebrate Cinco de Mayo
Because
as
when
well.
I think of countries, I think of Malta and the Cayman Islands.
In the Cayman Islands.
No offense, Malta and the Cayman Islands.
We probably got listeners in Malta.
Not anymore.
Not anymore. Hey, I prefer a Malta, not a shake. So, in Vancouver. Oh, what fucking number is that? God damn it! I'm not in my right spot.
Oh!
Molly, you can't do that to me.
Yes, I
Her
can.
computer can override mine, which fucking sucks. That's gonna change too with the whole.
Because she's your
Oh,
girlfriend.
bullshit. Who's the IT chick?
God damn it! All right, now where were we? Okay, Malta, Australia, and the Cayman Islands, and Canada celebrate Cinco de Mayo as well. In Vancouver, the holiday is celebrated in an extra bizarre way. It is traditionally called skydiving boogie, and it involves aerial acrobatics and an annual air show. Canada is doing something right.
Huh. Their shows are kind of cool.
Yeah, but for Cinco de Mayo?
Why not?
Well, what does that
Why
have
not
to
have
do
an
with the
excuse just to have an air show?
Franco-Mexican
We'll get some
War?
Mexican planes. It'll be great.
Where?
From Mexico. I'm sure they'll have some.
Are you okay? All right.
Sea fly.
Oh yeah, you know.
That's a South Park
Los
reference.
Angeles has the biggest Cinco de Mayo celebration. LA celebration is even bigger than the festival in Mexico City's of
Well, that makes
Puebla.
sense. We should go visit Kyle.
Dude, I hate crowds. You want me to go to a big Cinco de Mayo crowd?
I'll go without you.
Have fun. Okay. The party is called Fiesta Broadway and has been a huge celebration since the 90s. Most major streets in LA are blocked off. Oh, because traffic's not fucking bad enough out there to host hundreds of thousands of people celebrating Mexican heritage with food, music, and dancing.
I would love to take a look at that crowd and just see, like, how many
There's
of
a
them
picture of it.
are just a bunch of white-ass gringos.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, LA has a large immigrant population. I'm sure there is a lot of Mexican-American people there. But, like we said, it's not really a Mexican holiday.
Yeah. What happens on September 16th? Does it get just as packed? Are there fireworks?
They're probably getting ready
They
for
got the good
Oktoberfest.
fireworks, man.
But where are you
Blow
going to
your
get
fucking
better
hand apart.
Mexican-American food?
Tex-Mex.
Ooh. Tequila was once thought to be the nectar of the gods.
Oh.
Not surprisingly, 47% of all drinks ordered on Cinco de Mayo are margaritas. Good job, Mark. Good job. Tequila sales easily double within a week leading up to this infamous holiday, but long ago, this beloved Mexican alcohol couldn't be enjoyed by all Mexican people. Discrimination. Tequila discrimination? Uh-oh. Centuries ago, Aztec priests used to make a milky beer-like drink. Molly, I got a milky beer-like drink for you.
Yeah, if it tastes yeasty, you should get that looked at.
Yeah. I got a milky beer-like drink for you. It kind of tastes like chlorine and...
Sounds good.
Okay.
Yeah,
You like brie cheese?
Yeah.
love it.
All right. The milky beer-like drink from the agave plant called pulque. Only priests could consume this precursor of tequila, which after a steep decline is slowly beginning to make a comeback. So it was...
So it's a fancy pants drink for the lay class.
Yeah. Now, well, no, it used to be before tequila was made, only the priest could have it.
Or is lay non-religious or non... fuck. For the religious people.
Careful.
Because a layman
It's
is
right
a
here, man.
non-religious man. Right? So a non-lay
I
person
thought it was
would
a
be a religious
non-educated...
person.
I'm just going to buzz it to stop
All
this
right,
shit.
all right.
Okay. Other historical events also happened on May 5th. Uh-oh, what else happened? Which we all tend to ignore in favor of a few Dos Equis. Among the historic
Dos
events
Equis.
Motherfucker. Among the historic events on May 5th are the opening of Carnegie Music Hall and the launch of the first American manned flight into space in
Ooh, was
1961.
that Shepard?
It doesn't say.
I think it was Alan Shepard.
Okay. One Arizona town celebrates with Chihuahua races. Aw.
Nice.
Oh, let's get Ian in on this.
Yeah, he's got a little Chihuahua that he rides around. The town of...
And he rides
he
around.
rides around. Hey,
He's not that small of a person.
Yes, he is. He rides his Chihuahua to work. The town of Chandler, Arizona has your typical Cinco de Mayo celebration. Food, music, parades, dancing, and Chihuahua races, right? Townspeople enter their Chihuahuas into this race and receive a large cash prize if their Chihuahua is the fastest. Wow.
That's how races usually work, sir.
I'm going to get a big cigar, go over to Ian's house and like totally try to pimp out his...
Fuck the Derby.
Fuck the Derby. I'm getting a Chihuahua. I know where a Chihuahua is.
Pablo's not going to win a race.
No, Pablo doesn't do shit.
No, but after a couple of montages, he'll be ready.
Couple Dos Equis.
No, no, no.
Is that two Equis?
That is two Equis.
Okay.
I like Negra Modelo better.
Hey now. You watch it there, lady. This is a family program. It's a fucking family program, you bitch. Watch your mouth. The Battle of Puebla placed on a foreign emperor in Mexico. Whoa, look at that guy's beard. It's like sideburns that come all the way down to his shoulders.
Those are mutton chops.
Oh, man.
It's fancy.
Although Mexican troops won the initial Battle of Puebla, French troops came back strong and eventually took over Mexico for a short amount of time. They instituted Emperor Maximilian of Austria, who was essentially a puppet through which the European nations could control Mexico. The story of Maximilian is one shrouded in legend. Eventually, those loyal to the general Ignacio Seguin Zaragoza, we talked about him, rose up against Maximilian, capturing and executing him. Dude, he was a puppet. You're killing a puppet. And his generals. But legend goes that Maximilian survived the execution and made his way into the States by a secret U.S. society, like Freemasons or something.
And now he works at a Mexican restaurant.
Yep. He works at Al Pastor.
That's his cover name.
Al
Al Pastor.
I'm not Maximilian. I'm Al Pastor, dude. Cinco de Mayo is the biggest day of the year for avocados. We just had avocado today. Although guacamole, and avocados in general, is extremely popular nowadays, May 5th is still the biggest day for guacamole sale. Wait a minute. Shouldn't it be avocado sales?
Well, you can buy pre-made guacamole. I prefer to make my own.
Yeah.
I don't like it when they add a lot of extra things like tomatoes and onions and stuff.
You gotta add.
that.
Come
I
on.
like. Oh
You
no.
gotta add some lime
Avocado,
juice,
lime juice, garlic. Done.
cilantro.
Then you're just having garlicky lime avocado. You're not having guacamole.
You are having guacamole.
You need
the rest
some
is
fresh
filler,
cilantro.
sir.
You need some onions.
Cilantro, onions.
Gallon of mayonnaise.
No.
I forget what they're called, but they're not the normal tomatoes. They're like the long ones.
Tomatillos. Oh, long tomatoes. Pepper.
No, cherry tomato. No, you know the ones that they're a little more like, I don't know, they're
Roma tomatoes.
Roma tomatoes.
Those are Italian.
You need them in guacamole, dude. Maximilian told me.
Tom makes good guacamole.
All right.
Yeah.
Pause for 1 second.
Pause. Well,
There's no
we're
pausing.
gonna pause Facebook Live, dude.
This is Facebook Live.
Everybody, hold
Mark.
your breath and close your eyes for a minute. Mark
And
said
if you
pause.
support us on Patreon, you can get that uncut.
Yeah.
Yeah. Mark, you just blew your nose in front of everyone.
All right.
Everyone and God.
It's gross.
There you go, fucker. You've been
music
on the
tried to
edge
start.
too much. I had to pull the. I gotta. Okay. That's a button. Don't you fucking sneak up on me, dude. I got a little bit of Native American in me, so I don't know how you snuck up on me before, but that's not supposed to happen.
Is that why you and Andrew got along?
Yeah. I had a great grandma whose name was, believe it or not, Short Sleeve. Because I like never wear sleeves, man.
Oh, I get it.
Yeah, but that was her name, so okay. 10 states consume more tequila than any others. Well, no fucking shit. There has. If you label the states, there's going to be a top 10, right?
I'm going to guess.
Okay,
they
take a
are-
guess.
None of them are on the southern border.
1, 2, 3, kind of 4, 5, 6.
Only 4 countries border. Only 4 states border Mexico.
Okay, we got Texas. I'm going to give you said southern border, not the Mexican border.
Yeah, there's Mexico, Arizona.
Well, Florida's the southern
or
border.
Texas, Arizona.
Okay, how's Florida not the southern border of the United States?
Doesn't border Mexico.
You never
didn't
said
say that.
Mexico.
The implication was the
No,
border
no,
with
you
Mexico.
Oh,
didn't
the
say that.
implication. Sorry, I'm not in your mind. I wish I had a fucking.
Be arranged.
All right. So,
So what are the states? List them off.
New York, Ohio, Georgia, Florida on the southern border, Illinois, Colorado, Nevada, California, Arkansas, and Texas.
Okay, so 2 of the states on the border with Mexico are on that list.
But Florida's on the southern border.
The border, yes, it is. But I am now talking about the border
Okay.
between Mexico and the United States.
All right.
I will clarify my previous.
Mole poblano is the authentic Cinco de Mayo dish. Mole poblano.
I cannot recommend mole enough. So, Universe,
Really?
go order some mole poblano con polo.
If you want to do Cinco de
good.
Mayo right, put down the taco. The traditional dish is eaten in the town of Puebla on their big holiday is mole poblano, pronounced with an emphasis on the second syllable like guacamole. So poblano?
Poblano. The problem
Wait,
with
on the second syllable.
You're putting the emphasis on the wrong
Poblano.
syllable.
Poblano.
the problem with poblanos is
Poblano.
they're really good, but it's hard to judge. Some of them are really spicy, and some of them are not. And I
Yes.
have never found a way to tell which are the spice. I like spice,
You got to
But-
bite into them.
I have family in New Mexico,
Yeah.
and I've been in New Mexico a lot. And when you go there and you order spicy food,
Yeah.
you might say, "Oh, do you want the red sauce or the green sauce?" You have to literally ask the waitress which is spicier
Which is
because it
spicy.
changes from season to season.
Well, but when you get the stuffed, I've made stuffed poblanos, and out of 4 of us maybe doing stuffed poblanos, 1 or 2 of us will have really spicy peppers, and the rest will have like mild. But I have not found a way to judge if they're going to be spicy or
All
not.
right. Well, we got some funny stories
anyway.
coming up, so let's get through. This is the last one. Beer sales generate around $658 million from Cinco de Mayo. There you go. Was that fun? That was so fun.
I don't know. To me, it's always been margaritas. I enjoy Mexican beer as much as the next guy, but
Yeah.
All right. Well, go have fun. Call around. Find out what you want to do for Cinco de Mayo. And once again, be safe, universe.
yes,
Everybody's out to get you. It is a Saturday, Cinco de Mayo. Margaritas, if you're not used to them, they can hit you.
walk home if possible.
Or Uber, Lyft.
Or Uber. Okay, here we
They're
go.
everywhere now.
Take the
Have you
streetcar.
heard about the stranded poop train in Alabama?
What?
A train full of poop?
Yes.
Why?
Because fuck Alabama. All right.
All right, hold on. It's from New York,
Yep.
and it's in Alabama,
Because they don't want it in New York.
and it's full of poop.
And it's full of poop.
All right, read on.
All right. In Parrish, Alabama has...
This is from NBC News, by the way.
Oh, fuck yeah. Thank you, Mark. Parrish, Alabama has been forced to endure a trainload of human waste after a stinky cargo was stranded on its way to a landfill 2 months ago.
What?
If it's just poo, that's good fertilizer.
Not when it's fucking sitting in a metal crate on a
Yeah.
goddamn train
Now
track.
it's aged.
Well, okay, these people are worried that
Are you
summer's
saying
coming.
the shit's turned bad?
But it's gonna thaw and
Oh
start
man,
to
this
smell
shit
really bad.
this shit's
No, it's
expired.
It's fucking human shit. We got to throw it out, man. It went bad. A stinking trainload of human waste from New York City is stranded in a tiny Alabama town, spreading a stench like a giant backed-up toilet. And the poop train is just the latest example of the South being used as a dumping ground for other states' waste.
Why do you? Was it?
Hey,
for
fuckers should have won the war, man. Maybe we won't be sending shit trains
Is
down
Alabama
there.
being reimbursed for this?
Hold on. In Parrish, Alabama, a population of 982, the sludge hauling train cars have sat idle near the Little League baseball
Oh no!
for more than 2 months. I don't want to go to baseball
Oh, I don't
practice,
want to play
Dad.
anymore.
Why? Because there's a big train full of shit. The smell is unbearable, especially around dusk after the atmosphere has become heated.
Oof.
Oh my goodness. It's just a nightmare here, she said. It smells like rotting corpses. It smells like death.
To quote Jeff Goldblum in Jurassic Park, that is a big pile of shit.
It's a big pile of shit. All kinds of waste have been dumped in Georgia, Alabama, and other southern states in the recent years. Shit rolls downhill, guys. Everybody learn that. Including toxic coal ash from power plants around the nation. In South Carolina, a plan to store radioactive nuclear waste in a rural area prompted complaints that the state was being turned into a nuclear dump. Yeah, I think you might want to complain about that. Not everybody's going to get a superpower. A lot of people are going to get cancer.
Wait. There's say that last sentence again. There's nuclear waste now. I'm confused. I thought we were talking about poop.
I told you, poop turns bad, man. No. In South Carolina, a plan to store radioactive nuclear waste in a rural area.
Okay.
Rural. I have trouble with that word. Rural area prompted complaints that the state was being turned into a nuclear dump.
Well, the nuke spent stuff's got to go somewhere.
South Carolina.
Yeah.
49 other states voted. Cool. Everybody agree on South Carolina? Good.
We
South
were all
Carolina.
there.
What the fuck?
Weren't you there, South Carolina?
Yeah. Didn't South Carolina abstain in the Revolutionary War from voting, so we couldn't go to war with England for so long?
I don't recall.
I believe they did. So fuck you. 250 years later, now you're paying for it. Eating some nuclear waste, bitch. I still remember.
Well, that
We hold a
could
grudge.
be a resource to use in the future as nuclear power generation gets
You're
more and more
welcome.
efficient. Well, I'm just saying there are new generators. I saw a special
Yes.
on Nova a few years ago after Fukushima.
If
and
you
all that.
fucking say battery,
I'm building up to it.
If you say fucking battery one more time.
We have
dude.
new nuclear generator designs that can use previously spent fuel for more energy.
You are just an energy fucking lover, man. Oh, man.
I find these things interesting.
Okay. Let's
For
see.
our next live stream, I'm just going to watch Nova, and you guys can watch me watching Nova.
Probably get more people to watch. Mark watching Nova. Welcome to Mark Watches TV.
Nova with Mark.
Yeah. Shirlene Pike, who lives about a half mile from the railroad track, said sometimes she dabs peppermint oil under her nose because the smell is so bad. Damn. Would New York City like it for us to send all our poop up there forever?
Go ahead and try.
Yeah. She said they don't want to dump it in their rivers, but I think each state should take care of their own waste. Fair enough.
Or at
it
least compensate
Did the
them.
train break down there? Is that why it's... I mean, I can't imagine...
Out of sight,
that
out of
they-
mind, Molly. When a fucking poop train is out of New York, now we don't give a fuck where it lands. They just pushed it downhill and wherever it stopped. Alabama's inexpensive land and permissive zoning laws and a federal ban on dumping New Yorkers' excrement in the ocean got the poop train chugging.
Can't they just be like Chicago or Milwaukee and dump it right into Lake Michigan?
We can't dump it in the water. We'll just stick it on a train and push it.
Push it down the tracks. The poop train's cargo is bound for the Big Sky landfill about 20 miles east of Parrish, so it's almost got there. The landfill has been accepting New York sewage sludge since 2017. Previously, it was transferred from trains to trucks in nearby wherever, but officials there obtained an injunction to keep the sludge out of their town. they
So
said-
really, it's the other Alabamians' fault.
Yeah.
They didn't let it move along.
Yeah, they stopped progress. So, let's see. Now it's tied up in the courts. Big Sky Environment LLC said it caused the community to become infested with flies.
Sorry, I'm just picturing like a Miracle on Fifth Avenue or whatever that movie was.
34th Street?
34th Street, Miracle on 34th Street, where the guys all come in with the bags of mail. They're dumping it out on the the judge's desk. I'm picturing that now as shit.
Oh.
Okay. So it's wrapped up in the courts. We're probably going to look to creating some simple zoning laws for the town of Paris so we can be sure something like this does not happen again. But still, the shit sits. Oh, what would you do? What do you do if-
I would open up a manure fertilizer
move.
selling company.
You can't use human waste for
Why not?
fertilizer. Because you'll get sick. We can eat other animals' poop more than we can eat our own poop.
Well, I'm not going to eat it. I'm going to put it on plants and eat the plants.
What if you don't wash it?
It's
And it
poop.
comes through the dirt.
It's poop. What's the problem?
Oh, Mark, I don't know about you.
There's a
sometimes.
couple of condoms mixed in there.
Yeah, you're going to fucking pull a carrot out of the ground and it's already going to have the condom on it.
What convenience.
You don't need a condom when you use a carrot as a
Carrot's
dildo.
already shrink wrapped.
All right.
Oh, boy.
So, yeah, I don't know what I would do. I would be in somebody's office if they just... Because I live in between two train tracks. What if two shit trains parked right by my house, so no matter which way the wind blew? Motherfucker, now that I'm thinking about it, right across the field from me is the sanitation department that's been waking me up at 6 in the morning every day pumping shit.
Yeah, but they take care of that regularly. It doesn't smell like rotten.
They don't have
like,
to fucking do it at 6 in the morning.
That's bad. It
Yeah.
could be worse, though.
Two train tracks and a shit station right in front of my window.
So what you're
Yeah.
saying is it's a perfect place for the shit trains to go and dump it off at the sanitation plant.
Yeah.
So Alabama, send your shit trains out to
Right
Slinger,
to my
Wisconsin.
house, man. We'll handle it. I guess oh, wait, okay. We're getting too far into this story that I think it was just funny as the shit story, and
Yeah.
now we can move along. Moving along to the next story. Iowa vandalism by a 12 and 13-year-old boy kill 500,000 bees.
Oh no!
No,
now
that's
we know
not
what
good.
killed all the bees.
Iowa kids.
What kind of vandalism? How did he...
Justin and Tori Englehart, husband and wife beekeepers in Iowa City, had a tragic surprise last month when they went to check on their 50 beehives. More than 500,000 bees have been overturned and hacked apart. How do you fucking stand there and hack apart 50 beehives without
Yeah.
getting stung? They should be applauded.
Well, they must have had suits.
I would tip over one beehive and run like a little
Fuck
bitch.
this!
Oh, Jesus
I
Christ.
wouldn't go
It's
near
full
a
of
beehive.
bees!
I didn't know there were bees in here. I just wanted honey. Bees make honey?
Yeah.
Okay.
No.
Wow. The results was 500,000 dead bees and an estimated $60,000 in property
So they
damage.
just smashed it to be punk kids?
I don't know how you would stand there and take the bees. Were they in, like, apiary suits?
Perhaps they smoked out the bees?
They're 12 and 13. I don't know how they would
How
do
clever are they? More clever than us, apparently.
that. Okay, Mark,
Or dumber.
say we got paid by some super secret government agency.
Okay.
Go over there. There's 50
And,
beehives.
and kill all the bees that belong to the Germans?
Yeah.
We're working for the OSS?
I'd be shooting flaming arrows would be like at a distance.
I
Build a
would
catapult.
get one of those little smoke things that puffs little puffs of smoke.
And you get in.
And I'd walk up to the beehive and I'd puff smoke in it, puff it, and then I'd kick the whole thing over.
And then what?
Then I would
Now
run.
you got 500,000 bees.
I would get
While
a,
I'm running, you are walking up to the next one with your little puffer.
No, I'm not.
I would get a drone and watch you guys and film it
That's
from
just
a
one bee.
distance and laugh my ass off.
Boom, boom. Bee joke.
Yeah.
Drone, bee, drone.
There you go. You wanted it bad. You get it. Okay. So it's a major setback, I guess. I don't know. They broke into our shed. They took all of our equipment out and threw it in the snow. Smashed what they could.
Oh, it was snow.
Oh,
The bees were in hibernation or whatever.
Okay, that make. Why didn't we think of that? I would just fucking wait till winter. God damn, we're dumb.
Because the kids are smarter than us.
Fuck. Okay. Now I feel like a fucking idiot. I got outsmarted by some vandals, 12 and 13-year-old vandals. Yeah,
Just
we
wait till
should-
they figure out there's a bunch of trains full of shit outside your house.
You know what happened? I guarantee this is how it went down because I lived near some people that raised bees in the neighborhood, like the block, the
Uh-huh.
subdivision. I don't know how they had rights to raise bees, but every time I'm riding my bike, I'm like, oh fuck, it's a fucking bee house again, and there'd be bees everywhere, and I'd have to run through them. So these kids probably got stung by these bees one too many times. And then in the winter, they're like, I'm fucking them bees up. They're not getting me next summer.
Susan wanted to start having a beehive in the backyard, and I said, no, because we are surrounded by 5 other houses. Everybody is going to hate us if we have a single beehive in our backyard of our quarter-acre lot.
I'll bet you there's more to this story, like maybe one of those boys' little sister is allergic to bees,
It got sent to the
got
hospital.
stung, and he had little boy rage and said, I'm going to fuck this shit up
Yeah,
in the winter.
probably right.
Dad's not doing nothing, mom's not doing nothing. I'm going to fucking take it into my own hands and I'm going to fucking destroy these bees. Or they're going to kill my sister or something like that.
Or they're
story
just
like
little
that.
shits.
Yeah, or they're just little shits. Could be. I'm giving them the benefit of a doubt. So, let's see.
Story goes on to say they were indeed little shits. No.
Yep. They're being held in juvenile court. Yeah. Boys face up to 10 years in prison and fines as much as $10,000. They ain't gonna get nothing. Ain't gonna get nothing. I'm on the radio.
10 years in prison.
For tipping over some fucking bees.
What are they? Are they 7 and 8 years old? Did it say?
12 and 13.
Because don't you get released when you become an adult? Your juvenile record is sealed.
I don't think so.
Oh,
I think you can be charged as an adult.
you can be charged an adult if that's how the prosecutors go about it.
Because didn't the girl in that Slenderman case get charged as an adult?
Did they try to? Did they succeed? I don't remember. You think I would?
I
know.
only got one computer rolling today, dude. I can't look other shit up.
one screen.
Sorry, universe. Trust us. When we get this new studio up, we're gonna have
we're gonna have 5 screens
we're gonna have 5 screens. We're gonna have other people
and
we got people
blackjack
working on-
and hookers. In fact, forget the 5 screens.
And every episode there'll be a new set of titties to look at.
Starting with Uncle Tom's.
Okay, so I guess within what they say, the fundraising brought the people who lost all that money on the beehive shit. The fundraising brought in over $30,000 within a matter of days. Speaking of fundraising, we need to build this studio up. Go to Patreon or donate. We need some fundraising here.
We do accept bees as donations.
I'm poor, universe,
Don't send me bees.
and it's all coming out of my pocket. I'm so poor, I have to jack off the dog to feed the cat. That's how poor I am.
And he doesn't have a dog.
Or a cat. Whose dog is that? Whose cat is that? I don't know, but they keep coming back.
Ian's dog? Chihuahua?
That Chihuahua's got the biggest fucking dick I've ever seen on a dog, dude. That Chihuahua's dick is as big as his microphone.
The microphone's as big
The
as the
dog to
Chihuahua.
dick ratio is just insanity. He's like half dick. It's great. Anyway, what the fuck were we talking about there?
The kids, people raised money for the bee people.
Yeah, they did a good job. And I guess they're going to get back. We need more bees. For some reason, the bees are dying.
Yeah, bees are great. They pollinize.
Pollinate?
Pollinate?
Pollinize.
You know what, Molly?
She really gets up your ass, doesn't she? The more you hang out with her.
It's my job.
All right, we got one
See,
more
the universe
story.
used to get mad at us for being snarky with Molly, but she can give just as good as
Oh,
she
she
takes.
does.
I got to.
Yes, she does. See, this is where I want that Wonder Woman sound for you every time you give it. All right. Fajita heist. Texas man sentenced to 50 years for stealing $1.2 million worth of fajitas.
How?
There you go.
Did he hijack a train?
I want to hear how you think that happened.
I envisioning what, a semi truck's chock full of
Here's the
grade A
dude.
steak.
Look at that guy. He's got no chin. He looks like an alien. That's what he was doing. He was giving the
Looks
fucking...
like he's got some steak.
Okay, Texas man who pled guilty. He didn't even
Ooh,
fucking...
no contest.
No.
You got me.
Yeah, I'm dead to rights here. Stealing more than $1.2 million in fajitas while acting as a public servant has been sentenced to 50 years in prison. Okay.
So did he stand on the street and say, "Oh yeah, I'm the fajita officer"?
No, here's what kind of happened.
Fajita
Instead of reading the
inspector.
whole story, I was actually very curious about the story. What he was is he worked at a detention center and was in charge of ordering food. So he would order crates and crates of fajitas, but the prisoners never got fajitas. So he was taking the fajitas and selling them on the side.
Just the fajitas.
And then, what? Hold on. Now I got to look at it because I want to word it correctly. Well, holy fuck. They have it. How the fuck did they calculate this? Okay. He owes restitution of $1,251,578.72.
We probably has to
Fajitas.
pay the full retail value, not the wholesale.
Well, how did they
value.
know every single frickin' fajita that he's ever sold?
That's probably just all the fajitas that went through that facility while he was there.
They got it down to the penny.
They probably calculated the exact value of
If you got it
everything was
down to
ordered.
the penny, how did you not catch them before it got
And
to 1.2
they opened
How
up
million?
the
did he
files.
think that they would not notice that he was ordering fajitas and no one was ever getting them?
What were the prisoners eating? What were they getting? Just little packets
Okay,
of crackers?
employees immediately thought that here's what happened. He used to get the deliveries, and he was in charge of all the delivery shit. So, according, Escamilla's scheme unraveled late August after a delivery driver with Labatt Food Service phoned the detention center to give the kitchen and employees a heads up that an 800-pound delivery of fajitas had arrived.
Jeez.
Employees immediately thought the delivery to be suspicious as minors at the detention center are not served fajitas. However, the delivery driver insisted that he had been delivering fajitas to the detention center's kitchen for the past 9 years.
Oh,
Oh, the long con, like you
but
always
the kids
say.
can't have fajitas.
I've been doing it for 9 years, man. I don't know what you're talking about.
Twilight Zone.
Holy fuck.
Wow.
After being fired and arrested, Escamilla's, see, another Spanish name, we're just all over that today, house was searched by police who found packages of the fajitas in his refrigerator.
Empty fajita wrappers everywhere.
Everyone,
He just got one of those hoarders' houses full of fajita
Okay.
wrappers.
he quote, "I was selfish. It started small and got bigger and out of control." According to the Herald,
always-
it
always
got to the
starts with
point
one
where I
fajita.
couldn't control it anymore. The rush of stealing that first fajita just made my nipples so hard, my balls suck up, my dick got stiff, it moved, it wiggled, and I just needed to steal more fajitas to get that same high again. Oh man,
I think he changed it up a little bit.
Texas
know.
State District Judge
No,
handed
only
down
fajitas.
only fajita.
You guys want enchiladas? No.
He like shoplifts a Reese's peanut butter cup, and he's like, it's not the
That's
same.
not a fajita.
It's not a fucking
it's
fajita.
not
I'll just throw
delicious
this on the ground and
steak.
step on it. Who
Come back when you're carne asada.
The judge dismissed an additional theft charge as part of an earlier plea deal. Escamilla stole more than $200,000 worth of goods. That's what they dismissed. Texas law considers the crime to be a first-degree felony and allows for a sentencing of up to 99 years in prison. They do not fuck around in Texas.
No, they do not.
No. It also allows for a more severe punishment if the defendant commits a crime while acting as a public servant. Whoa.
I'm okay.
They're going to
You know,
kill this guy.
Texas does kill people.
Yes, they do.
But, if you're a public servant, and you're messing with things, and you're
Dude
cooking the
stole
books or whatever.
fajitas, and they're going to
Yeah.
give him 99 years.
He stole a lot of fajitas for 9 years. You didn't just take one plate of fajitas from the counter.
For every year you stole fajitas from us, you're getting 11 years in jail, fucker.
You get 5 minutes in jail per fajita.
That'd be worth it if I just was really hungry. Like, all right, put me in the cell for 5 minutes.
5
and give
minutes?
me
Yeah, I'll do while I'm digesting the fajita.
yeah. Maybe I'll use the toilet.
Is there a toilet in there?
Nice.
Awesome. All right. Well, those are some fun stories for our last episode in this setup. Say goodbye to
You
Hulk
are
Hogan, guys.
nostalgic
I
about
am.
this.
I'm going to miss it, man. But I'm going to love the new one even more.
Why'd you point over there?
Because I saw...
I'm right here.
I told you my eyes were going, man. Oh, yeah, Universe. Another thing that's going on. I've just realized that I can't see as well as I used to. What the fuck is going on?
As we were at the movie the other day, and he was having to get really close up to the menu.
What?
What?
Huh?
What are you talking about?
He was at the movie and he
And
got
I-
close to the menu?
What menu? Oh, the menu on the...
For
like
popcorn and
popcorn
stuff.
and shit.
Oh, okay. Where'd you guys go?
The Marcus. We went and saw the new, no spoilers, the new Avengers Infinity War.
I thought it was awesome when all the Avengers died.
Every single one of them
You
died.
haven't seen it
They
yet.
exploded the world, and then the screen was blank for like 45 minutes.
It was awesome.
And there was a new Big Bang. Anyway, should we get on to our
Sure.
interview with Hulk Hogan in the dead of winter?
Yeah.
We're doing something new. We're trying it out. Probably won't do it again.
Oh, already
We might.
shooting it down.
No, I'm not.
So I posted.
Okay, we posted. We're doing a board game review. We like to play board games. Sorry, guys, but we're kind of nerdy like that.
Sorry, guys, but we're kind of cool like that.
Yeah, we're definitely cool.
So I thought I'd pick a board game that would be a little more hip, a little more trendy. What are the kids talking about nowadays? It's the ghouls, right? Kids love the ghouls.
Yep.
Because we're worried about
Zombies.
It's a
'cause
zombie
Zombies
game.
are technically ghouls for all you people out there. So yeah, so we decided to play Dead of Winter because it's a pretty popular game, and I really enjoyed it. I thought it had a lot of fun RPG elements.
Mm-hmm.
So should we go over kind of the mechanisms, or should we just talk about how we
Hold
liked
on.
it?
Let's start out that Universe. This is not a game to just pick up as your first game, I would say. You need to have some experience to play this, or at least one
Yes.
person
This is
who's
not Monopoly.
very experienced that can run you through it.
or at least know that you have a couple hours at least set aside, if
Oh,
not
yeah.
a half a day.
This ain't over in 20 minutes.
That Universe, these
a
two
long game.
are getting carried away. I thought, having played a couple of board games,
You play board
this was
games
one of
every
the
weekend.
easier ones to pick up. There are much more complicated games than this. This is a good
There are.
segue game into the dark and seedy world of board games.
But for people who don't
Mark's
play
an
board
expert.
games,
Molly and I are advanced. If you're a beginner, there's other games to get you into it to get you up to this level quickly.
But
Lots
there's a
of
lot of
people-
great videos on YouTube to show you how to play.
Mm-hmm.
I highly recommend going to a favorite website of mine, boardgamegeek.com. You fill out a profile and it's free. And then you can download all of these fan-generated, like, quick reference sheets. You can pretty much throw the big instruction manual out because all you need are these little one-page printouts. They'll have everything on there you need to know.
Yep.
So that's print one off for every player. It streamlines everything. Even when we were playing, I was literally going down the sheet. Okay, now we do our food. Now we resolve our small crisis. We resolve our big crisis. We add more zombies to the board.
Okay.
Mechanically go through it. So Tom, what did you think of the game?
At first, when you read the rules, a lot of people get overwhelmed by all the things that you have to remember. But once, like most games, I always tell people is, let's go through the first round.
Yeah.
Just start playing.
Just start playing. And by the end of the first round, you got it down. We're humans, we're smart. Everything's got a lot of rules. I mean, if you just told somebody really fast how to fucking bake a cake from beginning to end, they're going to be like, what the fuck? But yeah, baking a cake's actually pretty fucking easy. But so
Almost every time I play a game for the first time, we screw up playing it the first time.
Yeah.
So just jump into the deep end. You're going to screw up. It's going to happen. But the second time you play it, it'll all make sense.
yes. And it's different every time. We lost this time. The first time we played it, we won.
Yeah, one of the core premises is we are all working together to keep our zombie
Wow.
colony alive, defended from the zombies.
Yes.
And the game randomly decides if someone in the group has an ulterior motive to betray everyone else. And we weren't sure if there were 4 of us playing, and we weren't sure at first if one of us was going to be a betrayer and sabotage things and eventually just ruin everything.
Yeah.
We determined about halfway through the game that none of us were betraying, or they were the best
The game's
betrayer
over,
ever.
and I still don't trust Molly.
But yeah, we played an 8-round version of the game. There's also multiple like little campaigns. You want to play a long version of the game, a short version of the game. So it does have a lot of replayability in the sense that there's a lot of slightly different scenarios that you can tailor to your time. You only have 90 minutes. There is a 90-minute version you can play. You got 4 hours like we had. You can play that version too.
Yeah, and every time you play it, it could be completely different depending on the characters you get.
Yep, there's a deck about like that thick of players.
Scenarios
That
you
thick,
get.
he's holding up about 1.5 inches.
Yeah.
About 6 inches, sir. All right, penis jokes aside. Yeah, so I've played the game a dozen times, and I have only once had the same characters multiple times.
Oh yeah, you get every character has a different moveset, different abilities, different ways he can jag up the game.
Yeah, so and then
I mean, it's hard to review a board game. for
every
me.
round there's a minor crisis, like we need extra food this round, or we're going to lose morale. If morale gets to 0, we instantly lose. So we have to run around and we have to gather up extra food for this thing, and we kept running around to all the different locations, searching for items. And as we search for items, we attract more zombies, and we have to dispatch the zombies. And every time you move or fight a zombie, you have to roll a 12-sided die, and there's a 1 in 12 chance that character's just going to die.
He's
Right
gonna
then and
get
there.
bitten.
There's nothing you can do about it. They're just dead. Otherwise, it's like a 50-50 shot they're going to get just hurt. And if they get hurt 3 times, they die
Yeah.
without being bitten. So
Plus, every round you attract more zombies.
if you're very precious about things, it's like you almost don't want to go out into the field because you're worried you're going to lose your character. Because for the first 2/3 of the game, we didn't lose a single character.
No, it
we
was
were
nice.
kicking ass. Morale was at like 8. We started at 7, and we were actually up to 8. We were kicking ass.
With 2 rounds left.
And then Tom
we
got
were doing
cocky,
so
and he's
good.
like,
I was like, do we even have to finish this? Because there's no way we can lose.
We could just let the clock run out, guys. And right after he said that,
Everybody dies.
Yeah, 6 people died in that round.
Tom comes in
We
from a
didn't have the
smoke break,
food to meet our short-term crisis.
and he's like, "Can we even die? Is there a way that we're
even
gonna
have to
lose
finish
this
the
game?
game. I was
Can we just
Yeah.
So
call it?
I was
we
the
won?
Falcons in the Patriot Super Bowl. Like, what the fuck?
I think
There's
it was
no way
we were
these
spinning
zombies
plates
are coming back.
on sticks, and it was going really, really well. And then we dropped them all at once.
Yeah, we died pretty much that round when we were
your fault.
unstoppable. I don't know how.
But to be fair, we made it 5 rounds, without losing a single person.
Yeah.
dude,
out of
we
an
were
8-round
with
game.
2 rounds left, and we had more morale than when the game started. With the
Yes.
I had a cook that could create food
Well,
every round,
yeah,
and
we
then
don't
I
have
had
to
a
get into
janitor.
what.
Well,
all
some of the
that
characters
is.
were kind of fun. I had a dog. One of my characters was a little dog who could run around. I liked him because if he did roll the dice for getting bit, it just counted as a wound because he's not a human. He's not affected by
Yeah, zombies bite
Zombies.
dogs. They don't turn
So-
into zombie dogs.
So based on your whatever zombie lore you want. So I was sending the dog out all the time, and by the end of the game, the dog had a set of blueprints to the hospital. The dog had a hammer that he could use to build extra barricades. And yeah, so I riced out my
resourceful
little
dog.
dog.
Unless you had nothing on your dog, dude.
You had a Santa Claus character, a mall Santa.
My character was so shitty that if he killed himself, the group got better morale. It made
By
the
him
group
sacrificing.
stronger by him committing suicide. He was such
And
a
that's
piece
how
of
we
shit.
got up to 8 morale, as Tom sacked his
Drunk Santa Claus.
Santa Claus.
I couldn't believe that was on the card. Like, if this guy kills himself, your people are happier. What the fuck?
Well, so yeah, you sent him out there thinking, this guy's totally expendable. I'll send him out to do all this searching. I don't care if he dies.
And then
How
he
much
gets
of a
frostbite.
douchebag is this guy? It's like, I'm gonna kill myself. Everybody just like, thank God.
Oh, thank God he's gone. He was so
Holy
annoying.
Fuck, we're not even gonna bury him. Just throw him over the walls to the zombies.
But
Fuck
another thing,
Santa Claus.
as you go around exploring, you can meet and pick up more characters. So
Yeah.
at one point, we start out with 2 characters.
Too many
That's what
characters.
killed us.
I had 4 characters. Tom had 5, I think, at
At
one point.
yeah.
So, and then you also pick up these random people who
Mouths to feed.
are just mouths to feed. They contribute nothing other than they're like kids or old people or whatever, random non-playable type characters. And like half of our colony was filled up with these people, and we just couldn't feed them.
And that's what killed us.
But it was fun. I like having all the characters.
So do I.
Because a lot of them have fun abilities. Like
Yeah.
Molly kept talking about this one trucker in the previous game we played. He could travel around without having to roll the dice to see if he gets bit. So that's, if you want to play
He can
fast
go
and
everywhere.
loose, you can, send him out.
Yep. So, should we review it, or what do you guys think? 5-star review?
Oh, another thing that I also... Yeah, we can
Uh-oh.
do the 5 stars. But before we get to that, we kind of messed this up. But we started doing the Crossroads card, where each person behind the person who's playing reads the card,
harmony card.
and they read it, and like if what the card says gets tripped, then the person stops everything and has to resolve this quandary. So it's kind of a fun way to randomly... Because that deck is now like this big, because I bought one of the expansions. So it's freaking...
But then you have choices,
And
too.
3/4
Yep.
inches he's holding up.
Yeah. So there's a lot of you're playing the same basic game over and over again, but there's a lot of differences, a lot of different characters, a lot of different scenarios with not only the crises, but also with the Crossroads cards and the fun moral quandaries. There was the one that came up with, should we celebrate Christmas? And if you have the Mall Santa, you can take 5 cards from the grocery store and give them out to everybody. Yeah. But that guy he was still alive, but there weren't 5 cards in the the grocery store deck, so we were like,
Yeah,
fuck
but you had
that.
to use a lot of food cards
Yeah,
to
we
celebrate
had to burn
Christmas.
5 food,
Yeah.
and we had like 20 people in our
Yeah.
colony at that point.
Yeah.
To be fair, though, we were still flying pretty high then. We didn't lose anybody yet.
We had false hope.
Yes.
It's like every zombie apocalypse. Molly, what do you give it out of all the games we played? Let's just do a quick
3.5.
3.5.
I like the game. It's fun.
3.5.
I give
Okay,
it a,
it's one of the slower games. There are other games that I enjoy a lot. I like this game.
You should play Twilight Imperium.
Okay, maybe 4. I do like this game a lot, and
Wow,
it has
you're
good
an easy
playability.
Now I'm
And
going to
it's
sell
great.
her that it sucks so bad that she'll go back down to 3.5. I'll give it a 4.
And it's
also.
got zombies.
It was really good. Like if you all sat down and focused on it and knew what you were doing, it wouldn't be a slow game.
Yeah. It's got lots of parts and it can be intimidating, but once you start playing it, it's a really easy, comprehensive, fun
Yeah.
game.
And you can work together. I like that.
Yeah.
You can tell somebody like, "Hey, fucker, don't be wasting that food." Because
You're just
I got
trying
the
to not
mission
die.
covered. I got
Yeah.
this. So you work together too. I like that part about it. The table talking and helping each other.
Yeah, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to give it a 5.
Whoa.
I'm going to say if you like board games, this is a great game.
It is.
If you're not into board games, you're not going to like any of these games that we review, period. So you probably already tuned out. But as far as a lot of the board games I've played, it has a lot of great replayability. A lot of the different variants is in there. There is another version of it called The Long Night that is a standalone game, but you can also shuffle the 2 games together into one big super game. And I actually want to do that, make even more characters, more scenarios. But the game costs like $60. That's the one downside.
Yeah.
But I'll wait till it's like 50 or 45, and then I'll pop on it.
All right.
So it's a complicated game, yes. And if you're a new person to board games, it might be a little intimidating. But I think it's one of the easier ones to learn. Mm-hmm. It's more intuitive. It's not like the more high concept science fiction or fantasy like Lord of the Rings, Game of Thrones type games where you have to really get into the mindset of we're in this medieval fantasy world or we're in space
Right.
wars. How do drop ships work? No, it
Yeah.
it plays out the way you would think.
You've got a cheat card that steps you through every round and what
Yeah,
you
you're
could
good to
do.
go.
And
Yeah,
it's
go online,
fairly
get those
simple.
cheat cards.
All right.
It makes the game way easier. I think all board game manufacturers should include little tiny quick reference cards for everything.
Yeah.
So
So, all right, 445.
highly
Not
recommend.
bad. Highly recommended. All right. Well, in this setup, should we do our last Ask Tom Anything?
Oh, real quick, I just wanted to say we also took pictures of us setting up and playing this game. They're on
Oh, yeah.
Instagram.
There you go. Good
A
call, Mom.
lot of fun pieces. Each character has their own little standee.
Yeah. So
There's a lot of standees for the zombies. I think it's a cool game.
you can kind of see the
cool
setup
looking.
and all the little pieces and Mark and Tom playing.
So,
Yep.
excellent. All right.
Okay, time to go to Ask Tom
If you ask
Anything.
Tom anything.
Because you too can ask Tom anything at asktomanything414@gmail.com.
For a while there, I thought I knew everything.
Yeah. So
We got bombarded.
guess
now.
who's back? She's been
Fatty
gone and we've
Nutmeg.
missed her, but Fatty Nutmeg came back strong.
Yeah, she did.
She's got several questions here.
Well, we don't have to ask them all.
No, we'll save it. Save it.
save
It's
it.
not a race. It's
not a race, man.
Tom.
But we do have 2 weeks off, so keep sending them in. We may get a surplus. We could even do a whole Ask Tom Anything special.
Live special.
Yeah.
Don't say 2 weeks off like that. We're still going to be releasing
Well,
content.
we're still releasing content, but 2 weeks off from Facebook Live, guys.
Yes.
All right. How do you feel about older, then in parentheses, 60 or above, widowed adults getting remarried? More specifically, ones that have adult kids from their previous marriage. Old people getting married.
Old
What the
people
fuck?
getting married? I don't see anything wrong with that. I mean, I don't. Oh, now that I'm thinking, like, would I really want to go to an old person wedding?
Why not?
You know what? I won't say who, but there was somebody I know who was really offended at my brother for not going to his wedding in Mexico. Even though it was his second marriage and my brother stood up in his first marriage, and my brother couldn't afford to go to Mexico, and he wanted my brother to stand up.
That's a destination wedding thing, and I kind
That's
of agree
completely
in
different.
general.
Yeah.
If you're going to do a destination wedding, you have to expect that there are people who can't afford to go out there or can't afford to take the time off.
'Cause I would have loved to go to
It
Travis
got
and
to the
Autumn's
point
wedding.
where it's
but-
like, dude, I already went to your wedding.
If I was
Now
having
you're
a
having your
second wedding,
second wedding.
like if I'm 80 years old and I'm getting remarried because I'm a widower,
I think it's a courthouse
I think
deal.
I would do a very modest wedding, maybe just in someone's backyard. You know, we don't have to rent
Close
out a fancy
family.
space. Yeah, we'll get a boat captain. It'll
You
be
don't
great.
have to do a blowout for your second wedding.
No. It's like having Susan and I have discussed baby showers. You have a baby shower for your first child. But we know people who have like, oh, we're gonna have a shower for our second kid. No, that's not how that works.
No,
You get showered once.
and then it's a hand-me-down car seat.
Yeah. So
It's a hand-me-down crib. It's
on
a
the one
hand-me-down
hand,
swing.
I
What more do
totally
you need?
I think it's cool that old people want to get married. Sure.
Yeah, cool.
Companionship.
Especially insurance-wise. You're
There's
getting
that
older,
too, yeah.
and you need to get insurance.
My grandpa outlived my grandma by about a decade, and he wanted to marry a family friend of theirs whose husband had died, and it was just the two of they were the two couples were good friends, and he wanted to get married just for the companionship, just to have someone around.
to talk to.
But she was still carrying a torch for her old man, so it never happened. But
Yeah.
I would have been fine with it. Yeah.
Yeah, I just don't think it. If you're a widow, I don't think you need to make a spectacle out of it. Just have like your family, immediate family, small
Yeah,
thing,
keep it small, keep it low key.
couple friends.
And I'm against destination weddings in general.
Yeah.
Susan and I have a friend who the family they were marrying into had a lot of money, and they wanted to go into the
If you buy my ticket and
Caribbean?
everything, fine. But you know what? Sometimes even if you can buy my ticket, I can't afford the time off of work.
So
Yeah,
That's
my
how bad
thing
it is too.
If you have a destination wedding,
Wow, what the fuck, Mal?
I don't know. I totally just
You
couldn't
just
talk
spit
for a
out
second.
all the letters.
If you have a destination wedding, A, you can't be offended if people can't make it,
yeah.
and B, a lot of the times it's really nice then if you can have like just a small reception, back in your hometown for the people that couldn't make it, or just something. That's what Travis did.
Travis Autumn.
And it was their first wedding, and I
They got
really,
married in
really
Georgia.
wanted to
I
go.
was
They got
supposed
married
to
in
be
Georgia.
How was their second wedding?
But between work and between work and all of that, I couldn't make it down to Georgia. I wanted
Well, they
too
came
bad.
back up here and had
But
a
then,
little thing.
yeah, they had a thing at my aunt's house. They had a pig roast and a reception, and it was really nice. And we were able to go and give a gift and
Cool.
say
Well,
congratulations
when one
properly.
person lives in Georgia, another in Wisconsin, you
Yeah.
got to pick a place, and then
Right.
the other places.
What's in the middle?
Yeah, now nobody's coming.
Indianapolis?
Right.
That's still not far enough. Yeah.
No, South Carolina.
There you go.
Be like, dude, you got to come to Wisconsin, man. You guys got that shit train down there, and we're just not gonna
Yeah,
fucking
but
go
I'd
near
love
it.
to go to like
Kind
someone's
of
wedding in
as
Mexico.
a
I can't afford
tangent
it though.
to this question, I have another friend who has their parents are 60 or above, and they just got divorced. And I don't know if I fully understand that, because if your kids are adults and you're over 60, you know, I hate to sound like an arrogant young person, but you passed your prime. Do you really want to go back on the market?
Because there's not much left on the shelves.
Yeah, there's that too.
It doesn't matter. They still deserve to be happy. Come on.
I don't know, but if after being married for 30 years and you raise, I know they're
only live
kids,
once,
they're
Mark.
adults and they're
Yeah.
good kids and they're good adults and everything, and it's
But who are you to tell them? Oh, you're stuck with it now. Just be
I don't know,
unhappy.
I would think you'd be able to make it work after 30 years of making it work, but I don't know. I don't know much about their parents' relationship. I just know this as their friends. They're my friends, adult friends.
What if you come home and the
parents got
UPS guy is fucking her?
Yeah.
Well, you know, maybe they want to be swingers. I don't know.
What if you don't?
As the kid or as the spouse?
I think we shouldn't put as much on age. Like age is just everyone deserves to be happy. And
Molly's
if you want to go
planning
back
on
out,
getting rid of me when we're 60
I-
already.
fuck yeah.
I personally,
wheels
if you
are
want to
turning.
go back out on the market and go
if
through it all
I
again,
outlive Susan,
good
I am
for
not
you.
getting remarried. I think I'm just gonna throw in the towel. And
Fuck that, dude. I'm taking you to the bar. You're going to air guitar again.
actually, from what I understand, as we age, because women live longer, men, it's like 3 girls for every guy at these retirement homes.
Wow. Just swimming in ass.
So I'm just saying.
All right.
But that being said, I don't want to play the field again. I am happily married, and I don't want to have to go through the process of finding another person ever again. Fuck that.
Wow. All right.
Okay, on the next morbid question of old people.
Okay, let's do it.
Can I not make? What do you think is the most important thing to cover in a will? Last will and testament.
Just so the government doesn't get your money. I don't care who the fuck you give it to. I don't care if you give it to the dude up the road selling crack. Just make sure the government doesn't put that death tax on you that fucking... You know, like if you don't have it, they just fucking take it.
Oh, the inheritance tax?
The inheritance tax.
There is one thing.
You worked your whole fucking life for that money. You paid taxes on that money already. Now they're going to tax it when you die, and then they're going to take it. Just make sure the government doesn't get your money. I don't care who you give it to.
Get your finger on the cricket button. Because if you have a life insurance policy and you get divorced and your ex-wife is the beneficiary of your insurance policy and you've remarried, your ex-wife will inherit everything. It will supersede your will. So update your will when you get divorced, people.
Oh.
Or update your life insurance when you get divorced. Don't leave that stuff because now your wife might not get anything.
Is there any reason for a woman not to divorce a man? Is there any downside to it? Legally speaking. is
Opening pickle jars?
it- well, then, well, they can remarry another man. But I'm saying, is there any reason why a woman would not want to just marry every man
Get a
she could
robot
and
for
divorce
that.
him and just keep getting... You get everything.
Actually, again, get your finger on the snooze button. I was watching a documentary on
Here we
the
go.
government of ancient Sparta, and because the way their laws worked, the wife would inherit everything when the husband died, and they would all go off to war and die. And these women were known as the Spartan heiresses, and they were the most fabulously wealthy people in all of Greece because they remarried 4 or 5 times, and their husbands keep dying because they're going off and fighting wars, and they just keep collecting all the money.
nice.
So they became the most influential, richest, wealthiest people. Were a bunch of these rich cougars in Sparta.
Wow. I gotta get
Sweet.
me one of them.
She'll just
kick
send
your
you
ass.
off to battle.
Yeah, she'll take your money and say, "Here's a shield."
Go
Okay, here's
Athens called you a pussy.
all right.
out the door.
Here's my Hulk Hogan stuff.
All right. On a lighter note, how many pillows should one person have on their bed?
2 per person.
Yeah, I agree with that.
How many
Although-
do you sleep with when it's just you? 2?
I got one really small shitty pillow that just does not have enough feathers that I usually throw in there too, so 3 maybe. But at the end of the day, I usually throw them all off me.
I would go with 2, because ideal situation, I've got one on my head, and I kind of, ever since I was a little boy, I used to have my arms wrapped around all my stuffed animals, and I still kind of need that to sleep. So if, like, Susan had to work early or whatever, and I got no one to spoon, I need a pillow.
I was just gonna say I've got two on each side of the bed, 2 for each person, and then I've got one. I've got a third one, like when I sleep
One
on.
of those body pillows
It's not a body
shaped like
pillow.
Antonio Banderas.
I wish. It's not a body pillow, but it's a third pillow that, like, if I'm
Grimace
sleeping on
with
my
a
side, I put it between my legs just to keep just.
Put it between your legs. Yep, it's Grimace with a fucking dildo
But you know,
on
just
it.
to for. Now I'm just anything I'm gonna say is gonna just sound whatever.
Okay, tell us what you put between your legs at night, Molly. We won't laugh, I promise.
It's just a pillow to keep separated so that
The air gets to it.
no.
Do you want our fan contest? Did you apply for that so you can have that blown down there too?
That's not why.
Okay, tell us why. No, we'll be good this time. Promise.
It's just more comfortable. My hips, I got wider hips, and then it just keeps everything more level. And shut up. I'm not talking to you anymore.
So, in order to fall asleep and be comfortable, you have to have your legs spread open.
I like to be spread eagle in the bed.
There you go. So does Molly, or she can't get a good night's rest unless she's spread eagle with something between her legs and a fan blowing on it. You wonder why I don't get any
I do
sleep?
like having a ceiling fan right above the bed.
I also have my backrest
perfect.
pillow that for when I'm sitting up and reading. Does that count as an extra pillow too?
Yes.
Yeah. Oh, and your fucking useless ass buckwheat pillow. I hate that fucking thing. Dude, I could knock you out with this pillow.
That's the one that normally ends up between my
It's
legs.
buckwheat.
Yeah.
Big buckwheat
It's more like
ball.
So
just-
Molly, what is the
it's more
advantage
like
of a
just between
buckwheat
my
pillow? Sell
knees.
me on it.
Between your knees, not between your legs.
Shut up.
I totally get no because I when I was younger, I didn't like my knees touching when I was in bed. It would make my hips hurt a little bit too.
That's what I'm saying.
So I guess not anymore. Now I kind of sleep on my belly with my legs all
I
spread
like
out,
sleeping on my side, but then
or
my
spooning
hips
my wife.
hurt. Whatever. Anyway, the buckwheat pillow is actually really nice. Mine's more like a travel size, but they make a full size. It's heavy as hell. You will kill someone in a pillow fight with this thing.
And it's only like 1.5 by 8 inches.
Yeah, but my mom's got the full size.
Fuck that.
You
Yeah.
guys ever do that memory
like,
phone stuff?
Yeah, I have
This
the
is
memory foam
similar. I mean,
mattress.
it-
I hate it.
Hate it.
It
We got
conforms
some from
to-
Susan's mom. Gave me such back problems.
It's giving
Yeah.
me back problems too.
Tom's got a memory
I
foam.
took it
hate
off. I hated it. Yeah.
But this pillow, you can basically put it however you want. You can, if you need more support under your neck or whatever.
Yeah, that's
It's-
called a pillow.
But it's very supportive. It's very firm.
Molly likes it
supportive.
firm.
Yep.
Yeah.
Firm in between her legs.
Yep.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Yep.
All right, Mal, what time we got here? How we doing?
We can probably wrap it up.
Wrap up the last one? Here, we'll do one more.
One
What
more?
do you think? One more, and then
Okay.
we'll wrap her up. I got some reads
All right, here's
here.
a fun one. Is it weird that I like to watch old VHS movies just so I can watch the previews before it starts?
Oh, they used to be crazy previews. In a world.
When I was a
That
kid,
guy.
we used to go
What
and
was
we used
that
to rent movies.
voice? Holy shit!
Molly just got a little.
I did.
What? Yeah, somebody get the crotch fan out because
But no, yeah, I used to love renting movies on VHS when I was a kid, and there would always be like 3 previews, and then that's be the next movie you'd want to go rent.
yeah.
I want to hear the rest of that preview, Tom.
That's how I first found out about the movie Darkman. I rented some weird ass movie. I forget what it was. There was a trailer on it for Darkman, directed by Sam Raimi.
Okay.
So that's how I first got into Sam Raimi, was watching Darkman at like 8 years
What
old.
the hell
or
is
whatever.
Dark Man?
We're gonna watch it.
Okay.
You and me, we're gonna watch Darkman now.
All right.
It's an original superhero movie where Liam Neeson plays
In a world when you
In a
can't
world
say black,
where
African American, Negro, or whatever, here comes the dark man.
It was the 90s. You could say all those things.
Oh, you could, yeah.
But yeah, he has this machine that lets him print like fake faces, like skin.
Okay.
So he can put on masks and look like anybody. But also he was in this huge explosion, so he's horribly disfigured. He has these masks and he can't like feel anything. He's like a leper. So he's like, he can still get hurt, but he doesn't feel pain. So he's a superhero and he's trying to avenge the death of his girlfriend or whatever.
Yeah.
Well, she's still alive because it's Julie. It's the reference of the movie. It's
Okay.
a great movie, Universe. You should all watch Darkman.
All right. No, I think it's kind of cool. I mean, I still got some old VHS pornos that I just can't bring myself to throw away.
And they have trailers on them.
Oh, yeah. No, pornos get right into it. There's no preview in other pornos.
People often forget the brain is the largest erogenous zone.
Yeah.
You need to invest in story.
Oh, Mark.
Oh, man. Mark wants Lord of the Pussy Ring.
I do miss movies like that. Like,
My precious.
well, and if you they used to show all the credits before the movie too. Like if you watch the old
Oh,
Charlie,
that's real old stuff.
well, if you watch the old like Charlie and the Chocolate Factory, that they have this whole opening scene with just the chocolate factory, and it's all the opening. So you're forced to watch the credits before the movie even starts.
Every Christmas at the Rivoli, we play older movies like White Christmas,
Yeah.
and that has the trailers or the credits beforehand, and we're playing it off of a DVD. So the movie just stops, and then it goes right to the DVD menu. So I have to like race upstairs and time it perfectly so no one realizes they're just watching a DVD because there are no credits. There's no breathing room for me.
Yeah.
I hate it.
All right. No, I don't think that's weird. I think that's just nostalgia, and nostalgia is always a good thing.
And it's cool. It's fun. You might find a new
It
movie
is.
in there that
Well,
you want to see.
It's how you grew up watching movies too. And
Go
so-
bust out your copy of Tremors. Give it a watch.
I actually love that idea. I might want to do that too. You watch those old movies and see those old previews, like, holy crap.
What I don't miss with VHS though is
Rewind.
renting them and having to rewind them.
Yeah.
You want to? There's this movie I really, really want to watch, and you rent it and you stick it in, and it's at the end. Fuck.
Oh, well. All right.
Can we just get that as a soundbite?
Fuck.
You just stick it in and it's the end.
Fuck the end. I can only sleep with my legs open.
Fuck you.
That's your
Wow.
telephone ring.
Yeah. It's my ringtone.
Fuck you.
All right, guys, we should wrap up this one. I can't wait to show you what we're doing. I think Susan's downstairs thinking of how I'm going to paint this shit now.
I
She's
don't
having
think she's going to have
nightmares.
time to paint it before you want to reveal it.
No, she said Molly and I can paint it.
All right. Knock
Cool.
yourselves out.
All right.
I'm not going to stop you.
Yeah, dude, it's going to look awesome. Trust us. So we got some big remodeling plans coming. We could use some help if you guys don't mind. Go to Patreon, donate it. Write me a fucking check personally. I don't care. It's all going into the podcast. Go to our webpage. If you're going to buy shit, buy it on Amazon.com. You'd help us out that way. Go to our site, click Amazon, shop like normal. You can also try Amazon Music Unlimited free trial. Kindle Unlimited for those college students out there. You get all Amazon has to offer, including 2-day free shipping, and it is free for 6 months for college students. Just go to our page, we get a kickback, and we can make the podcast better, which we are obviously doing. And Audible,
Audible.com.
audible.com,
Go
Offshoot
to
of Amazon.
what's the
audibletrial.com/unipodcast, or
Sweet.
go to our website and click the Audible link. It's a 30-day membership free, 1 credit month trial, good for any book regardless of price, ad free.
Can I keep that book even
You
if I decide to
can
cancel?
keep that book if you cancel. This is just your book forever.
That is amazing.
Ad free, premium audio. You listen to offline, no interruptions. Your own amazing library. Keep your books even if you cancel. 30% off and exclusive member only savings. Easy exchanges. Don't like a book? Swap it for free anytime. Mom on them bad. I've been trying. All she is sitting at home talking to herself. She never shuts up, dude.
She's going to be on the podcast maybe in the near future.
Oh, yeah.
Talking about
Day.
a Mother's Day special.
Mother's Day special. I'm probably going to have my
The
mom
woman
on.
where it all started.
Yep.
Tom's mom.
The first pussy I've ever had wrapped around my head. It's my mother. All right. Go to our website. Join our mailing list. Now, we got plenty of people on the mailing list. I'm going to write one. Maybe tomorrow, maybe the next day. I'll send it out soon. We're going to give you a newsletter, tell you what's going on. We got some guests coming up this month. We should have a guy who might be sponsoring our July 14th Listener Appreciation Day on. We're going to have previous host Alex on. The local legend is definitely going to be coming back. And maybe some other special people that we want to find out. We got some question marks in there, but we'll fill
Got some
those spots.
TBAs to be announced.
To be announced. Not going to bombard you, and maybe we might even start another contest. I got some things. I don't know how cool it is, but we do have some glass coasters where you can put pictures in. They're kind of cool. I don't know. What do you guys think about that for a contest?
Yeah, free. Sign me up.
Free? Mail them out. Amberly sent a picture of her holding the thing, but she asked us not to show it.
Fair enough. I wouldn't want to be associated with the show either.
Yeah, but she did.
Send a new one.
Yeah.
Ooh, we should blur her face out.
Well, then it could just be Molly holding it every time. And then we'll Photoshop the coasters in on the next one.
We also have some really good movie reviews coming up.
Oh,
So
yes, we
keep
do.
an eye on those movie reviews.
Yeah. Movies with Mark is coming up.
Yep, we just reviewed Circle. That will post shortly.
But we have another one before that.
Yep.
Oh wow, we're actually ahead of the game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sweet.
If you want to be a guest, or if you know anyone who would be a great guest for the show, email us and give us some goddamn feedback soon. Everything we hear so far is that we're doing great.
Yeah, how did the board game review go? Did you guys get bored?
Yeah,
Or did
tell
you guys...
us what you thought about the board game. We can keep it up. We play a lot of board games, or we can toss it out the fucking window. We try new things. Remember, we're still 7 months in. We're in our infancy yet.
You got new games for us to review? Let us
But
know.
we're doing pretty well because
I
we're
have
moving
quite the
on up.
collection of games we can review.
I can't wait to show you
I know.
guys the new. I know it's gonna look awesome. The new studio.
He's a
the
little excited.
I'm a little excited. So, all right, Mark, let's give us some reads.
All right, we are Tom and Mark off the rails. Didn't you change our domain? What is
No.
our website now?
The same.
Nope.
It's
Same.
still the unipodcast.com?
No, I can explain that. We are the Unipodcast, but I also found out that there's a Mexican podcast called Uni Podcast.
UN space I space podcast.
Spelled the same way.
But we're one word, so I just didn't want to give, like, everybody who's watching our show is now all of a sudden, why are these guys in Spanish? No, that's
These guys
not
are
us.
taking Cinco de Mayo a little too far.
Yeah. Obviously, I can't speak Spanish. You heard me try today, so,
So are we now Tom and Mark off the rails.com?
No.
we're the same.
We're still the unipodcast.com.
Yes, sir.
Okay. We were talking about changing it. I wasn't sure
were.
if that's happened yet.
Not
So
yet.
we still
That
are.
costs money,
Oh,
and our money's wrapped up into this right now.
I
so.
guess we are. The
Unipodcast.com. Yep, we will
And-
change it in the future.
You know what? Let's keep it all synergistic. We are on Twitter at Unipodcast. We are at Facebook.com/Unipodcast.
Yep.
Don't forget to email all those questions and to ask Tom anything 414@gmail.com. We got a few here, but we could always use more. Send them on in. This podcast is available on Stitcher, SoundCloud, YouTube, iTunes. You name it, we are on it. Tom runs the Instagram feed. He's got a lot of cool pictures up there, even from today, playing our board games. And
And we
drinking
learned
our
how to
margaritas.
hashtag.
Hashtag awesome.
Yep.
So, see our website for more details.
And remember, universe, we are not good enough for you.